somewhere in a laboratory in Norway in the year 2000, scientists made a terrible mistake. They were trying to build a football player. What they actually built was something else entirely. Something that runs like a glitching video game character. Something that eats like a medieval Viking preparing for war. Something that posts nostril selfies to 4.7 million people on Snapchat and then goes out and scores a hat trick like nothing happened. They built Erling Haaland, and the internet has never fully recovered. Here is the thing about Erling Haaland that nobody can quite explain. He is 6'4" tall. He is built like someone took the word striker and turned it into a person. He has broken scoring records that had stood for decades. He's currently carrying the entire nation of Norway through a World Cup on his own 2 enormous feet. He is, by every measurable standard, one of the most terrifying athletes on the planet Earth. And yet, the world does not talk about him like he is terrifying. The world talks about him like he is the funniest thing that has ever accidentally existed. Like he is a creature that arrived here from somewhere else, looked around at how human beings are supposed to behave and thought, no, that doesn't look right, I'll do my own thing. And somehow, impossibly, that thing has made him more famous than the goals ever could. So today we are going to answer the question the internet has been asking since approximately 2021. Is Erling Haaland actually a human being? And if so, why doesn't he act like one? Let us start with the running. When most professional footballers sprint, they look athletic, fluid, controlled. The kind of movement that ends up in slow-motion training montages with inspirational music underneath. When Erling Haaland sprints, he looks like a very large man who has just been told there is one last piece of chicken left at the buffet, and someone else is also heading toward big. Fans online have compared his running style to an ostrich, to a video game character experiencing a bug, to what happens when someone presses fast forward on a person. And here is the genius of Erling Haaland. When he found out about these comparisons, he did not hire a PR team. He did not release a statement. He did not quietly practice looking more graceful. He agreed with them. He leaned in. He basically became the meme himself. This is the first reason the internet decided he was not human. Because a normal person, upon being told the world thinks they run like a malfunctioning robot, would be at least slightly embarrassed. Haaland's reaction was closer to someone being told they have a fun party trick. Now let us talk about the interviews. Erling Haaland does not do interviews the way footballers are supposed to do interviews. Most elite athletes have a playbook, safe answers, carefully managed responses. Thank the manager, credit the team, stay humble, move on. The PR machine runs smoothly. Haaland treats the playbook like it is a document he has never seen and would not read even if someone handed it to him directly. When asked before a crucial World Cup group match how he felt about facing France, he said, "Honestly, I don't care too much. We're through. They're probably going to win against us. They're probably going to win the whole tournament." That is it. That is the whole answer. No motivation, no competitive fire, no carefully worded respect for the opposition. Just honesty so blunt it briefly broke the internet. On the same day he scored 2 goals against Senegal, Lionel Messi scored a hat trick for Argentina. Instead of talking about his own performance, Haaland went on social media, specifically to react to Messi's match. He treated the biggest moment of his tournament like a minor update and used the time to appreciate someone else's work instead. Haaland apparently did not receive this memo, or received it and used it to write a shopping list. This is the second reason the internet decided he was not human. He has no ego in the places where all elite athletes are supposed to have enormous egos, and that is frankly suspicious. Now, the Snapchat. Erling Haaland has 4.7 million followers on Snapchat. This is already unusual. Around 2019, when it stopped being the cool platform, Haaland is on Snapchat with the energy of a man who has never once thought about whether something is cool. What does he post? Let us be very specific here, because this is important. He posts low-angle photos taken directly up his own nostrils with no caption and no explanation. He posts himself in flamboyant silk pajamas at what appears to be 2 in the afternoon with the expression of a man who has achieved complete inner peace. He posts his diet, and his diet deserves its own documentary. Haaland eats like a Viking king who has just conquered a small country and is celebrating properly. Heart of a cow. He has spoken in interviews about the importance of the quality of salt he uses. He posted himself wandering around New York City, joking about how nobody recognized him. He is 6'4". He was the most recognizable footballer on the planet at the time. Whether anybody recognized him or not is somewhat beside the point. He compared himself to Shrek. He does not post inspirational quotes. He does not post carefully lit gym selfies. He does not have a brand ambassador vibe or a carefully constructed public image. His Snapchat feels, as one writer put it perfectly, like being accidentally added to a celebrity's private group chat and nobody has noticed you are there yet. This is the third reason the internet decided he was not human. Because no human being with his level of fame, his level of success, his level of global recognition has ever used that fame to post confused nostril photos at 4.7 million people and then gone back to sleep in silk pajamas. It does not happen. It should not be possible. And yet, now let us talk about the meditation celebration. When Erling Haaland scores a goal, which is often, he sits down on the pitch, cross-legged, eyes closed, completely still, while 30,000 people lose their minds around him. This celebration was not invented by a marketing team. It was not designed to go viral. According to Haaland himself, he started doing it because he actually meditates and found the celebration felt natural. He just decided that the correct response to scoring a professional football goal was to immediately achieve inner stillness while the crowd screamed. The internet found this deeply confusing and then immediately deeply beloved because it captures something true about him. While everything around Haaland is chaos, noise, pressure, record-breaking expectation, the man himself is apparently sitting quietly somewhere inside, completely unbothered, breathing slowly. He scored a goal, he sat down, he found peace, then he got up and went to score another one. Scientists studying peak performance psychology have a name for this kind of mental state. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades studying what he called flow, the psychological condition in which a person is so completely absorbed in a task that the noise of the outside world stops registering entirely. Athletes who achieve flow states report that the game slows down around them, that decisions come without conscious thought, that pressure simply doesn't reach them in the way it reaches other people. Haaland's entire public existence looks like a man who found flow and then decided to live there permanently. On the pitch, he is inevitable. Off the pitch, he is posting nostrils. Both of these things are true at the same time, and neither one makes the other less real. This is the fourth and final reason the internet decided he was not human, because he has somehow separated the performance from the person in a way that feels almost impossible. The most dominant striker on the planet is also the most relaxed person at the party. The man who breaks records is also the man who photographs his own face from below and sends it to millions of people without a caption. He is not performing being unserious. He genuinely does not seem to care about his own legend. And in a world where every elite athlete is carefully managing their brand, their image, their legacy, their narrative, Erling Haaland is out here posting Shrek comparisons. So, is he human? Yes, obviously. He is a human being who grew up in Leeds, England, because his father was playing for Leeds United. He chose Norway over England as his international team. He has a father who was also a professional footballer who served a prison sentence for drug offences, and Erling has spoken about that with more openness and calm than most people manage about far smaller things. He is not a robot. He is not a video game character. He is not a Viking sent forward in time to destroy goal-scoring records and confuse the internet with his diet choices. He is just a person who became the best in the world at something and then declined to pretend that made him more important than he actually is. He is great. He does not need you to know that he knows it. So instead, he posts nostril photos and meditates on pitches and eats heart of cow and runs like a glitching ostrich and does not particularly worry about what any of it looks like. And that, in an era of curated everything, filtered everything, managed everything, is so rare that the internet does not have a category for it. So it invented one. It decided he was not human. And honestly, given the evidence, fair enough.